Hi friends, Andromeda of Earth here, wanting to talk about this week we've got April 12th through the 18th of 2020. Right in the middle. Cool. Okay. It's great. I love all cycles have a beginning, middle, and end. Really great triquetra pattern there. 3 and 1. Oh, I've always been obsessed with the number 13. I was born on the 13th, so that always had a special meaning. But as life unfolded before me, I was able to see more and more how special of a number the 13 really is. One number that's been really coming at me in the last few days and right now is 18. It happens to be Saturday, Saturn's day of this week. So when I saw it here, when I looked up the date, I was like, wow, there's the 18 again. So that could be a message for you if you are resonating with that. I find numerology so fun. Oh my goodness. The numbers are always there. The numbers are always speaking to us in so many ways. You know, mathematically, right? In code. There's numbers with the tarot. Yeah. So speaking of cards and cardiac wisdom, how's your heart feeling? You know, what did Jupiter and Pluto magnetize and bring your way? I've been thinking a lot about that today. It's going to like come back to me. So I'm definitely going to be, I think the message is to be soft with those messages. You know, we received something pretty intense. And maybe the time is right to revisit it, to relook at it, and to really allow for grace, personal grace. You know, that we only knew as much as we knew at that time, and having trust in ourselves that we are constantly improving because we're constantly learning, right? Becoming more and more aware, or less and less aware as we need to. There really is no better or best when it comes to the inhalation and exhalation of breathing. All parts are needed. Getting back to my breath so much recently. It's definitely allowed me to soften. I aim to learn more about breath work. I would love to learn what you know, any specific practices you ascribe to or would like to talk about more. I've worked a little bit with the Wim Hof method. Also done a few different practices of, you know, Tantra and working with the Kundalini energy. really enjoy any sort of breath work by John Hooks, Illuminati Congo. There is a breathwork healing session tonight at 6 for the Matriarch Collective. Looking forward to that experience. You know, all is breath. You know? To me, it's the ultimate engagement with spirit, the element of spirit. Yeah. Anyway, maybe let's see what Spirit wants to say about this week. Tap in, right? Yeah, I invite you to get a deck of cards and sit with me. You know, I've got this, got them close by. You know, put this on pause. Go get them. Come back. You know, let's draw some cards together. Let's see what our combined, you know, mental guides and, you know, all of our guides, all of our friends, and our combined energies can come up with. So I welcome any and only benevolent beings to this space. All others are banished. I welcome any ancestors, any angels, any ancients, any ascended masters who are of divine will and universal law. I welcome any fairies or fae or any beings named or unnamed who are of divine will and universal law are welcome here. Thank you. I love you. And I am sorry. Please forgive me. I trust you. And I trust me. And I think that's why I feel like I can help to be a conduit for messages, because I trust myself. I allow myself to be as powerful as I want to be. Or not. Free will. So I'm going to use the Albano-Waite Rider-Waite style deck. Yeah. We do a three card spread, 3-car. That's interesting. So car being a vehicle. And these are just vehicles. Different brands, different makes, different models, different purposes. Right? They're not bad or good or anything like that. They just literally have different messages for us. When we tap into the cards, we're working with our cardiac system, the center of our personal toroidal field. So the 3-card spread: know, show, grow, past, present, future, head, heart, and balance or growth. Six of Swords. I think of 6 I think of a universal power, universal type of energy, the sacred spiral. After change comes some sort of equilibrium, right? And it looks like these people are, amidst that change, they are changing, right? But they are definitely working with a balance. Traveling over a large body of water, carrying all that they own. It looks like one side is pretty rocky of that water there, and the other is pretty calm. So sort of riding that wave in between, working with what we've got, looking forward. Yeah, I definitely see them as looking forward. Man, woman, child, there's a 3 there, the number for creation. When you get 2 creations together, you get your 6, back to universal power. What are you creating? How are you staying afloat? They're doing something about their situation. And I get that it's not like they really, they're not like doing. They're like living the journey, right? They're not forcing anything. They're like, well, this is where the path has led us. Let's go. And you really need to be calm when you're on this sort of boat with everything you own, balancing, riding that sacred spiral, riding that current, propelling you forward. They don't have a lot of food, so there's like this balance of like riding the momentum, assessing their surroundings, really needing to work with their surroundings. I don't see a sail. Is there a sail? Maybe? So, really having to work with the water. 1 stick. That's what they have to get them to where they need to go. It's enough. It's enough. I got this. I'm curious. See if I can find the 6 of Swords real quick. Okay, so the Wildly Tarot is what I was just flipping through. Check out their podcast, the Wildly Tarot podcast. Really funny, really informative. So they say it's escape, transition, and an inner journey. Not in focus. I apologize. There we go. Better. So, I mean, you can definitely see how they're escaping. Right? They are moving and they are riding the waters. And the waters is always about our inner worlds, our emotional state. It's also, you know, a portal to spirit. Any water can be a portal. It's really important to like realize where we are. You know, this is our mental realm, right? And this is where our head is at. This is also our past, so how we have been set up, you know, to where we are now. And it's just beautiful to know where you've been so you can know where we want to go. There's green in the background here. Like there is so much, you know, potential and fruitfulness that's on the horizon. Don't give up. Please don't give up. If you feel like the inner struggle is too much, ask for help. There are so many people on this planet, and so many people want to help. We are wired for cooperation. Let's see where our heart is at. The Hanged Man. I had a really fun insight about the Hangman energy, and when it presented to me as this way, you know, flipping the script, you know, really any card can be seen in any direction in any way we would like. That's why some people work with reversals and other people get really super creative and do them all different ways. Oh my gosh. So fun. So great. I can't wait to do a square deck. It would be so awesome. Our hearts are hurting. This is not a comfortable position to be in. The Hanged Man. The heart, the body, that's what it is. The body is hurting, but their head is illuminated. I see that coming from the center point of his head, so his third eye is illuminated is what I'm seeing right now. Was just listening to Illuminati Congo. He was doing a live session and was asked about the all-seeing eye. And before that, he was talking about the pineal gland. Definitely check out Illuminati Congo if you want any information, you know, about that. On his newest CD, he has the song All Seeing Eye. We were listening to it as a family this morning. I love his music so much. Can't wait to invest in his discography. He's got it online. Just a little over $100. So excited for that. Anyway, All Seeing Eye, you know, what state is your pineal gland, your third eye? Do you work with that energy? That and your heart can be intricately related because they are both very intuitive. Knowing that we're here, we have the choice of how we want to react to it. It's our choice. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we don't. We're all interwoven. I trust you to get through this, because this state is temporary. I trust us to get through this. We're not dying here. They are transitioning This is the number 12. This is actually a complete set. Because after this comes death. And this is an end point of the cycle. And death is 13. Interesting how we have 12 zodiac signs. Pisces always get this rep. That energy always gets the rep of being like martyrs, or like over emotional, or like uncomfortable. And seeing how we associate, you know, that 12th sign with also this Hanged Man energy. So interesting. So interesting. Last year was a Hanged Man year. Are we really bringing forth the lessons of last year and bringing them to our heart, and like having to actually really fully deal with them in a more uncomfortable way, maybe even more so, you know, because when like things keep poking and keep poking and poking and poking and poking and poking, even little things can just like all of a sudden just be way too much. The Wildly Tarot says waiting, reassessment, and perspective shift. Neptune. Oh, that makes so much sense. Neptune is being all like spiritual or fantasy or rose-colored glasses, depending on like what your relationship is to Neptune. This person is definitely waiting. You know, there's that perspective shift of them all of a sudden just dancing it out, being like, I got these aches, but I can work it. You know, we can shift my weight a little bit on my hips so that I can like feel better in my back. And reassessing of where our bodies are, of where our minds are, where our spirit is, where our heart is. Because those things are always in flux, right? It's okay to have times where we just need to like not work out for a few weeks. Like, that's okay. You know, if your body is in that state, fine, honor that, you know, and then reassess, because it's gonna get uncomfortable not moving, right? We can be soft with ourselves. We can bring that uncomfortable energy into our hearts and breathe with it. Ripples and chills. Just thinking about breathing with the uncomfortable, spiraled out energy, giving that in our body oxygen. Such a vital part of the process of being on Earth, being in Earth. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to Kulani for the talisman. It's definitely holding space for me right now. Thank you. Know your allies, know your friends, know who's gonna come after you if you don't show up. know who's going to run towards you in times of peril instead of away. I think Jen said something really poignant and spoke to me. I think it was her last live, Jen at Natural Magics. She said that it really speaks about a relationship, a pair of people, when they have an argument and how they react to it, whether they run apart or whether they run together. And I was like, wow, yeah, no, absolutely, that makes all the sense. And I'm not saying run together full speed. Sometimes you have to go slow to get things accomplished, so knowing your pace, being able to speak your pace, communicate to the other person, because not everybody operates the same way, right? So one person wants to talk and one person just like needs a moment to like think, that's totally cool. Yeah. But there's also like a sense of integrity that needs to be maintained, of like telling the person like, yo, no, things aren't okay, but I need a moment to breathe. And that, in my mind, is an option, could always be an option in a healthy, balanced relationship, allowing for everybody's process to be different. This is something I certainly am working on and practicing, right? This is a message for me, right? I think that's how it goes. When you're choosing to be a conduit, it's like for the vessel. And then me being an earthen fractal, I can allow that part of me to also be a part of anyone else who resonates with this energy, this flow, this pattern. And we just know when we resonate with people and when the message is not for us. That's how it goes. So how does it go? It goes. So our area of growth in our future, the Six of Pentacles. This is like another six, right? So obviously such an amazing message. And then we got two sixes, on either side of a 12. So that's really interesting to me. So we have someone handing out the money to those who are below. I only say that because they're like on their knees. Maybe we call that gratitude? I don't really like hierarchies in people. All of our material assets coming into balance, coming into spiritual balance. Being the archetype of the lovers, number 6, right? We're talking about pleasure, beauty. We're talking about having and knowing that connection that we have to beings that are higher. Did you hear I just said that? In the sense of like, how about this? Not higher. Who operate on different levels of existence. Bam. Your pentacles being the suit of earth, right? Talking about everything on this earth. Plants, trees, the dirt, our homes, people. We are of the earth, the salt of the earth. He's got a scale. So I don't know if this is like a measured kind of thing or just simply a reference to Libra, which is an interesting in it being an air sign. We had the 6 over here. So the Wildly Tarot deck calls that card kindness, generosity, and receiving gracefully. So interesting how we were talking about grace earlier. You know, whatever it is that we're receiving, you know, we could be receiving things we don't necessarily want. Maybe this person doesn't really want that. You know, there's only so much value in money. That's all a concept that we all agree on as a collective. And maybe those, instead of like coins, those are just literally crumbs, the leftover crumbs that this person is like, here, I've given you 6 crumbs. You know, and instead of being like, oh, I hate you, person that's above me, they're like, yes, thank you, thank you. I'm dealing with my lovely, amazing, abundant 6 crumbs. Instead of being like, oh, I have to take something from other people. I don't like that. It makes me, you know, feel worse. You know, have it help. Sometimes it's hard to ask for help. Oh, the art of asking. Let's all watch that TED Talk by, oh my God, I had the name and then it slipped me. Amanda Palmer. There it is. Oh, yeah, check out that TED Talk, The Art of Asking. I think it's a book. I think she's probably made a badass book about it that I haven't read yet. Maybe this is our time, right? Because definitely, how do we ask for help? How do we ask for the right, appropriate thing if we don't even know what it is we need? And sometimes we do need to look towards a higher power, a different power. How about that? Right? A different power than the one that we have. I get that. I get that. It's cooperation, right? None of us can do it alone. But we all have to do our part alone. Right? That's another balance. I will be creating an altar for these crystals and fill it with Reiki energy. I'll then take some pictures and then work with this reading, creating some journal prompts and kind of collecting all the symbolism that we've talked about and any other that comes to mind that's appropriate for right now. So that'll be part 2. That's up on Patreon. I'm sure the link will be in the description. I'm so glad we can talk together. Please let me know what you got for your reading. If you got no show grow, whatever did you pull? If you just pulled one card, it'd be great to hear what you are also seeing for this week. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being. We'll talk soon.